Hi everybody, Jeff Colburn here. Hope you're having a good day. Today I'm going to talk about how I created and processed this image using On1 Photo Raw 2024. That's the latest version of On1 out there. It came out about a week and a half ago. Also going to give you a couple of tips that I use when I'm shooting sunsets and shooting in general. This shot was taken at the north rim of the Grand Canyon, about 10-minute walk away from the lodge. Off to the left of the lodge is this little pathway that's asphalted, and at the end it gives you a nice panoramic view of the Grand Canyon. So I set up there, took pictures till about 10 minutes after sunset, and packed up my gear and started back up the trail. And that's one of my tips, is when you're shooting sunsets, especially like this one that has clouds in the sky, you want to stay 10, 20, 30 minutes after sunset, because that's when the clouds really light up as they catch the last rays of the sun. I see a lot of photographers, as soon as the sun goes below the horizon, they pack up their gear and leave, and they miss a lot of really good shots. So anyway, I had gone back up to the top of the path, looked off to my left, and saw the silhouette of this very large, about 20, 30 foot tall juniper. And I thought, this would be a great shot. You've got the clouds in the background, you've got the silhouette. The black of the silhouette will really make the colors pop. Gives it foreground interest, gives you a subject. So I set up my gear again and quickly took some more shots there till about 20, 25 minutes after sunset. Then it just started to get so dark that it couldn't get any pictures. And that's the second point that I've got to make, is always look around wherever you're at. I didn't even notice this when I was walking down the trail. Came up the trail and I was looking around, looking at the sky, looking around me onto the other side and behind me. And you always want to do that because you're so focused on the picture that you initially wanted that there are other picture opportunities that you may not see if you don't look around. And it's also good because it lets you know who's around you and what's going on around you, so it helps with your safety and security when you're walking around with several $1,000s worth of camera gear out in the middle of wherever. So if you don't know, juniper trees create a huge amount of pollen at certain times of the year. So if you have any kind of allergy to tree pollens, which I do, stay away from these at that time of year. You can tell when they've got pollen on them because it will actually turn a little bit of a yellow color. And you can shake the tree and a massive cloud of pollen will come off of it. I mean, it's shocking how much comes off. So just be aware of that if you're getting around junipers. The vivid colors in the sky don't usually show up in a raw image. A lot of vivid colors don't show up in raw images because there's absolutely no processing that's been done. So what I want to do is show you how I process this image. As you can see, I didn't shoot real slow, 100th of a second, ISO 100, f11. So most of this silhouette is going to stay in place. So let's go. First thing I want to do is go to Brilliance AI. This is a new feature that they've got in On1 Photo Raw. And it does all the basic processing for you, color, contrast, and so on. And it may make the picture look exactly the way you want, or you can use it as a starting point to put your style on the picture. But it gets a lot of the little grungy things out of the way that's normally do. So click on that. Made the sky a little bluer than I liked. Didn't pull out the colors, but it kept the silhouette nice. You can see the south rim of the Grand Canyon over here. So we're going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit. First, I want to make sure that the blacks are completely black for the silhouette. So if you hold down the J key, you can see that there's a lot of areas that aren't completely black. So what I'm going to do is slide this over a little bit, still leave a little bit of the south rim, not necessarily in silhouette, but I've got all the tree and so on in silhouette. So that's exactly what I wanted for that. Now you've got a couple of options you can do here. If we go to tone and color, you can go to a camera profile, and this is standard. Landscape's not bad, portrait's okay. I think I'm going to go with just the landscape. It's giving some nice little bit of reds at the bottom here and so on. But I really want to see the colors that I saw when I took this picture. So I'm going to go down to saturation and really increase the saturation as well as the vibrance. But the colors that I was seeing were much more orange. So I want to change that temperature to bring out those oranges a little bit more. And there are other ways in On1 Photo Raw that you can do that. There's usually 2 or 3 ways you can do almost anything in here. So that's pretty much what I saw. So I'm going to keep it there. If I wanted to, I could also go in, if I wanted to sharpen the image or do noise reduction, but I think it's fine the way it is right now. So that's basically what I did. It's pretty fast and simple. On1 lets you do that without any problem. It's got a lot of automated stuff. It's also got a nice AI feature, which is, I think, pretty cool. They've got an AI style advisor, and what happens is when I did all of this to this image, it recorded it, and after I've done about 100 images with adjustments to it, it learns my style, and then it will, I don't have it done yet, but enough yet to do that, but it will put a whole bunch of options up here, and if I've done black and white or sepias or the colors that I just did here, it's going to really make selections and options available to me that are based on my style. So that will cut down on my processing even more, so I have less time spent in here. So anyway, that's what we've got for the Grand Canyon. Please like my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos like this, and leave any questions or comments you have below, and I'll get back to you and answer those. You can find my link to On1 Photo Raw in the description below. Using that link gives me a little bit of money, costs you nothing, and lets me keep making videos like this. You'll also find a 20% discount code that you can use for On1 and their plugins. And you get a 30-day free trial, and you also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you go ahead and purchase it, you'll have 2 months that you can play with it and make sure that it's right for you. So happy shooting, everyone.